Welcome, dear dreamer. Let the day exhale now. Let your shoulders settle like leaves after the wind. There is nothing more to chase, nothing left to fix. You've already done enough. Breathe slowly. Feel the weight of the world soften as your thoughts grow quieter with each breath. And somewhere, just beyond the edge of awareness, something opens. A path. It begins not with footsteps, but with stillness. You take that first breath inside the dream, and the world around you becomes twilight. The sky is soft lavender, the air cool and hushed, and ahead of you, a forest, but not like any you've known. Its trees glow faintly from within, branches lit like memory, and just beneath the silence, something stirs, waiting to guide you. Come now, your dream is ready. You step into the forest. The ground beneath you is mossy and cool, springy with each step, like the earth is breathing with you. The air smells like cedar and quiet rain. Above, the tree branches arc gently overhead, forming a soft canopy that flickers with gentle pulses of light, like stars caught in slow motion. You notice that each tree glows a little differently. Some shimmer golden, others silver blue, and one nearest you hums with a pale pink light that warms your chest as you pass. The light doesn't shine at you, it gathers toward you. Software curious, familiar, as if the forest has been waiting for your presence to awaken. You walk deeper, and the forest breathes deeper too. Every leaf seems to lean towards you, as if it remembers something you've almost forgotten. As you walk, you pass a tree that leans gently toward the path. Its bark is smooth like riverstone, and its glow flickers like candlelight in the wind. You pause. Carved into its trunk, not with tools, but with time, is a symbol. You don't know its meaning, but it feels familiar. You place your hand against it, and for a moment, the world hushes. A memory blooms behind your eyes, not clear, but warm. Someone once held your hand in silence. No words, just presence. That feeling fills your chest now, soft and steady. You lower your hand. The symbol fades back into the bark, as if it only came to remind you. You step forward again, a little lighter. The forest accepts your memory and carries it gently, like a leaf cradled in a stream. Deeper in the forest, the path softens beneath your feet. It's no longer soil, but something in between, like walking across starlight woven with moss. You notice the lights within the trees beginning to shift. They pulse slowly, not in rhythm with each other, but in harmony, like breathing in a shared language. One tree glows brighter as you pass, and from its base, something small rises into the air, a glowing orb. It hovers beside you, then drifts gently ahead, lighting the path. You follow. The orb doesn't lead with urgency. It drifts with patience, as if it trusts you to keep pace. It passes beneath low branches that curve like arms reaching out in welcome, and the forest becomes quieter, not with silence, but with attention, as if it's listening to you. The glowing orb pauses near a clearing. You step through the trees and find yourself surrounded by tall trunks that rise like cathedral columns. Overhead, the canopy parts slightly, revealing a night sky dusted with stars. The clearing holds no sound, only a presence. At its center stands a tree unlike the rest, taller, older, its bark glimmering with silver threads. At its base, a pool of still water catches the starlight above, reflecting it perfectly. You approach and kneel beside it. The orb drifts into the water and vanishes without a ripple. You lean over the surface. Your reflection blinks once, then shifts. It isn't your face, it's a feeling, one you carried long ago, and now the forest is giving it back to you, not to hold, but to remember. You sit beside the pool, still and quiet. The reflection shifts again, not into an image, but into color, a soft gold, like sunlight filtered through leaves. You don't understand it, but your body does. It feels like comfort from someone long gone, the kind of warmth that wraps around you, even in silence. The light within the water pulses once more, then slowly fades. You place your hand over your chest, not to hold it in, just to feel it. A hush settles over the clearing, and then, from the trees behind you, comes a gentle rustle. You turn. A figure stands at the edge of the light. They wear no face, no name, only kindness. And somehow, they feel like part of the forest, and part of you. The figure steps closer, slow and unthreatening. They make no sound as they move, yet every leaf seems to acknowledge them with a gentle shimmer. You don't feel fear, only recognition, as if this being has waited across time, not to teach but to reflect. They raise their hand and gesture toward the trees behind them. A path glows faintly through the forest, marked by soft light underfoot. You rise, not because you must, but because something in you is ready. The figure turns and begins to walk. You follow at a peaceful pace, the trees parting gently as you move. You're not leaving the clearing, you're continuing the dream. And somewhere behind you, the still pool remembers. It will hold your reflection for as long as you need. You and the figure walk in silence, the forest shifting gently around you. The light here is different, cooler, tinted in shades of blue and lavender. The air feels softer, like walking through a memory. You pass under an archway of flowering branches, their blossoms glowing like tiny lanterns. The figure pauses beside one and holds out a hand. One blossom detaches and floats into their palm, glowing gently. They offer it to you. You take it without words. As your fingers close around it, a memory stirs, a time you let yourself be vulnerable and were met with tenderness. The blossom glows brighter, then melts into your skin like warmth into water. The figure gives a slow nod, not approval, recognition, then turns, leading you forward, deeper, slower, towards something quietly waiting to be seen. You and the figure walk in silence, the forest shifting gently around you. The light here is different, cooler, tinted in shades of blue and lavender. The air feels softer, like walking through a memory. You pass under an archway of flowering branches, their blossoms glowing like tiny lanterns. The figure pauses beside one and holds out a hand. One blossom detaches and floats into their palm, glowing gently. They offer it to you. You take it without words. As your fingers close around it, a memory stirs, a time you let yourself be vulnerable and were met with tenderness. The blossom glows brighter, then melts into your skin like warmth into water. The figure gives a slow nod, not approval, recognition, then turns, leading you forward, deeper, slower, towards something quietly waiting to be seen. You step out of the hollow and back into the forest. The figure is waiting just ahead, beneath a tree with bark like pearl and branches that arch like wings. They do not speak, they only gesture upward. You follow their gaze. High in the branches, tiny orbs of light sway like fruit. Each one glows with a different color, amber, rose, silver blue. One flickers as you watch, not brightly, just enough to say, "This one is yours." It detaches, floating gently downward, until it rests above your open hands. You don't need to ask what it is. You already know. It's a piece of light you left behind long ago, but the forest never forgot, and now it's offering it back, not to keep, but to carry forward, quietly, gratefully. As you continue along the path, the glowing orb of light gently floating behind your shoulder as if it wants to stay near. The forest opens wider now, not brighter, just more spacious. A breeze moves through the trees, soft, warm, filled with the scent of old wood and blooming things. The figure pauses at a low stone wall half buried in moss. They sit. So do you. Together you watch the trees sway. For a while, that's all there is. Breath, movement, stillness, and that's enough. Then the figure reaches into the moss and lifts something small, a folded note glowing faintly. They offer it to you. You open it. There's no message inside, only a warmth that blooms in your chest. Not all remembering needs words. Some is just presence, felt fully and quietly shared. You fold the note carefully and press it to your heart. The figure rises and begins walking again. So do you. This time the forest feels quieter, not from absence but from understanding. You're not a visitor anymore. You're part of this place, and it knows. You pass beneath trees that now glow more brightly as you move by, like lanterns bowing in acknowledgement. The orb of light still follows, steady as a breath. Then, just ahead, a soft stream appears, its surface dotted with floating petals that pulse gently in the current. The figure stops. You kneel beside the stream and place your fingers in the water. It's warm, and for a moment, you feel it. A flow inside you begin to match the one outside, like something blocked has begun to open. You let your hand linger in the stream. It doesn't rush, it invites. Tiny ripples swirl around your fingers, carrying petals downstream. Each one glows faintly, and as you watch, a few of them bloom as they float. Not into flowers, into moments. The sound of laughter under trees, the weight of your head on someone's shoulder, the feeling of being forgiven, even when no apology was spoken. They drift by without asking anything of you. They don't cling. They simply pass, glowing softly. You breathe in, and it feels like more space has opened in your chest. Not because something has left, but because something has settled. The figure beside you nods again, as if to say, yes, that was yours, and yes, it's still with you. You rise from the stream, your fingers still tingling with warmth. The forest path narrows now, bordered by tall ferns and smooth stones that glow beneath your steps. The figure walks beside you again, closer than before, but they never speak. They don't need to. Their presence is like a hand resting lightly between your shoulder blades, guiding, not pushing. Ahead, the trees begin to thin, not vanish, just open, and through the branches, you glimpse a field bathed in twilight blue. In its center, a tree larger than any you've seen. Its roots twist gently through the earth like rivers. Its trunk glows gold at the base, fading into silver at the top, as if it's touched every part of the sky. You pause, not from fear, but reverence. Something in this place knows your name. You step into the field. Grass whispers against your ankles, cool and soft, dotted with tiny glowing blossoms that sway even without wind. The great tree before you hums softly, not with sound, but with presence. You walk slowly toward it. Each step feels like walking deeper into yourself. At the tree's base rests a stone seat, smoothed by time. You sit. The figure stays behind, just at the edge of the field. This part is yours alone. You place your hands on the roots beside you. They're warm, and you feel it again. The same pulse as the stream, the lanterns, the light, except now it's clearer. You're not remembering something lost. You're remembering something you never stopped carrying. Peace, stillness, belonging, right here, inside you. You sit in silence beneath the great tree. It doesn't speak, it doesn't move, but it listens. And in its listening, you feel lighter. The forest doesn't want anything from you. Not your story, not your strength, only your presence. A single leaf falls from above and lands softly in your lap. It glows with a deep blue light. You don't know its meaning, but you feel it behind your ribs, in the quiet part of your breath. You tuck the leaf gently into your pocket, not as a prize, as a promise. Above you, the tree's branches sway slowly, forming arcs like the sky unfolding. You rest your head against its trunk. The bark is warm. The light around you begins to dim, but not disappear, just soften, so you can rest deeper still. You sit quietly beneath the tree, eyes half closed. The forest has stopped guiding. It's simply surrounding now, like a blanket of light drawn slowly over your body. The orb of light you've carried drifts into view again. It floats above your shoulder, pulsing slowly as if mirroring your breath. Then, gently, it begins to lower, settling in the space between your hands. You cup it without grasping. Its glow warms your palms. Inside it, you see nothing, and yet you feel everything. Gratitude, relief, wholeness, as if all the forgotten moments you thought had slipped away had gathered here, not to be analyzed, not even to be understood, just to be witnessed. You close your eyes fully now. The light stays with you, still, quiet, trusting you to rest. Time fades here, not forward, not backward, just away. You can no longer tell how long you've been beneath the tree, but there's no need to know. The forest hums around you, not louder, not closer, just more present. The figure still waits at the edge of the field. You feel no pull to follow, no urge to move. You are where you're meant to be. The orb in your hands dims slightly, not fading, but resting. It has offered what it came to give, and now it waits with you. Above, the stars begin to peek through the canopy. Slow, soft lights echoing the forest's glow. You lie down at the tree's base, the moss beneath you warm and silent, and at last, your breath and the forest move as one. Your body grows heavier, but not from weight, from safety, the kind that settles over you like dusk. The forest no longer glows in parts. It glows as one, a soft, living breath that rises and falls in rhythm with your own. You close your eyes beneath the great tree and feel the orb in your hands pulse once, then dissolve into warmth that spreads across your chest like a blanket made of memory. You do not sleep, not yet, but you are closer. A breeze moves gently across the field. It doesn't cool you. It cradles you, a whisper without words, the kind of wind that speaks only to dreams. And the tree behind you hums, not with light, but with love, steady, endless, quiet as the stars above. You breathe slowly. Each inhale feels softer than the last. Each exhale carries a little more of the day away. The forest is still here, but less defined now. Edges blur, shapes melt into one another. Even the tree you rest beneath becomes part of the light, no longer separate but surrounding. You don't feel yourself drifting. You feel yourself sinking into something safe, like water becoming still, like a candle after it's been blown out, warm even after the flame has gone. The figure at the edge of the field has vanished, not gone, returned. You are alone now, but not lonely, because the forest never leaves. It simply becomes quieter the deeper you go, and now you are deep, held not in arms, but in calm. The light inside the forest no longer flickers. It glows beneath your skin. You can't feel where your breath ends and the dream begins. The moss beneath you rises slightly with each breath, like it's breathing with you, slow, deep, content. No more symbols, no more orbs, no more questions, only peace, only presence. Above you the stars remain, watching, not shining. They do not ask for anything, they simply remain, like a promise never broken, and around you the forest begins to dim, not from absence, but from understanding. It knows what you need now, stillness, rest, and so the light doesn't leave. It closes its eyes with you, slowly, gently, as if the entire forest has decided to sleep, right beside you. There is no more path now, no direction, no destination, only the hush that follows after everything inside you has been seen. You lie completely still beneath the great tree. The ground beneath you has become cloud-like. Your breath, barely there, still moves gently, just enough to remind you are safe, you are whole, and the forest remembers. It always will. The lights have dimmed to their faintest glow, but none have vanished. They rest now, alongside you, around you, within you. Even your thoughts have grown quiet, no longer reaching, no longer holding, just drifting, like leaves in slow water, like petals in moonlight. And slowly, so slowly, the space behind your eyes becomes a sky of its own, and that sky begins to open. You no longer feel the forest beneath you, but you know it's still there, cradling you in memory and quiet light. There are no more shapes now, only warmth, only breath, only the space between thoughts, soft, slow, sacred. You don't need to remember the orb, or the tree, or the figure. They're part of you now. They will stay, even after the dream fades, even after the light dims. The forest was never just a place. It was the stillness inside you, waiting for you to return. And now that stillness wraps around your limbs, your chest, your breath. The stars no longer blink. They rest, just as you do. And in that silence, the final glow begins to dim, not to vanish, but to let you sleep. Everything around you is gentle now. The forest, the light, even your own thoughts, if they still remain, feel more like wind than words. You don't try to hold on to anything. You simply lie there, letting the stillness breathe through you. Above, the stars blur softly, their edges glowing like memory just out of reach. Nothing is leaving you. Nothing is fading. It's all just becoming quieter, softer. You feel your body drift, but not away. Drift inward, into the slow rhythm of sleep. There is no next step, no path to follow, only this moment and the soft hum of everything you've ever loved, resting with you. One more breath, one more hush, and then the forest will speak your name one last time. The forest around you is no longer forest. It's warmth, it's breath, it's light that doesn't shine, but stays, and you are no longer dreaming. You're resting in something deeper, quieter, truer. The final leaf drifts down, not to be noticed, but to keep you company. It settles near your hand. You don't reach for it. You don't need to, because now Everything you needed has come home. The hush that surrounds you is whole. The dream is complete. And still, the light lingers, not to guide, not to speak, just to be with you, right here, right now, until sleep takes over, softly and fully. There is nothing more to hold, only peace, only stillness, only this. Good night, dear dreamer.